Hello everyone and welcome back once again to Castlevania, Lords of Shadow 2. Last time we finally destroyed Satan once and for all, and we're left with a hopeful message that who knows what the future will bring. Who knows what fate has in store. And now we're about to start the Revelations DLC. Let us see what will be revealed to us in Alucard's side of the story.
Then do it. This is the preceded. If your heart is pierced by this weapon, you will fall into a deep sleep. It will not kill you, but you would lose all your powers and would not be able to resurrect until it is removed. I will be too weak. This is not the true death you desire. But Satan will think you dead. Centuries will pass, and his acolytes will start to prepare for his return. At the appropriate time, I will remove the sword. It's done. Father will awake in a few hours. It will not take long for Zobek to feel his presence and send his lieutenant. I am ready. Now it's your turn.
Son! You must come with me to the castle now!
What is it?
The castle senses the danger. It has ordered its servants to put the Void and Chaos relics out of your father's reach. Without those weapons, he will be trapped in the castle forever. You must restore the weapons to where your father can find them. I understand that he must make this journey of redemption of his own free will, but if we don't help him now, he is lost. We are all lost.
I understand, Mother. Take me to the castle.
And we're once again back at the castle. If you don't remember where we are, this is where we found Trevor, little Trevor, after we destroyed Nurgle. We found him blowing the horn of victory over here. Let me check something of you for a moment. Alright, we are back. Now I'm beginning to think that even their mother, Marie, is a manifestation of the Mirror of Fate inside the castle. I mean, how else could she know? As you can see, Alucard has now his own abilities. He can become a bat cloud instead of mist. The Curse of the Blood means an entire compendium of mysteries for those who have lived long enough to study it. From what little is known, it has been determined that with time it tends to mutate to adapt to the needs of the carrier, offering new and twisted abilities with which to ensure survival. In the case of Alucard, who lacks the wings common in other members of his species, the blood has improved his power to dominate vermin to the point of being able to take their shape temporarily. With this skill, the son of Dracula can divide himself into hundreds of bats to reach distant places in less than a heartbeat of his victims. Let's see what else he has. The Heart of the Wolf. When Dracula gave him his blood, after taking his life in a brutal fight, Trevor began a radical metamorphosis that lasted 3 decades. When he awoke, the corrupt inheritance of his father had taken over every inch of his being, giving him supernatural powers that cost him his humanity. Since then, he has been fighting against the darkness, regenerating his wounds with the blood of his enemies and swearing to use his curse to defend mankind until the end of his days. And here is his weapon, the Crisegrim. Using the tip of the vampire killer left by his father in Carmilla's heart, and the remains of the other two swords, Alucard forged Crisegrim, an entirely lethal weapon, molded in the likeness of its owner, retaining all of the power of the originals in its alloy. From the vampire killer it retains the ability to punish its peers, paralyzing them in a state of infinite agony. From Glaceon and Igneous, the elemental swords for the underworld, it inherits the icy ability to absorb life and the burning intensity of flames capable of melting any armor. When the cold hands of its bearer so require, the broadsword unleashes all of the energy of these weapons, enabling it to give new meaning to the act of severing limbs. Looks like Alucard has started using his own weapons instead of the whip he used in Mirror of Fate. So let's see what these is. What are these Glaceon and Igneous Blades? Glaceon was the name of a graceful magical rapier that took the lives of thousands of Brotherhood soldiers before being destroyed by one of their paladins. There is no record of its first owner, and even less is known about the master blacksmith who forged it, only that it was associated with a terrible curse and that it fell upon all those who had laid a hand on it. Like the icy finger of death itself, the blade drained the vitality from its enemies and injected it into the body of its bearer, making him practically invincible in battle. It was an unmatched power that led its owners to suffer terrible deaths, painful losses, and drove us few survivors mad under its influence. Today its essence is hidden in the metal that makes up the Crisegrim, and its sharp blade remains in waiting to be called upon once more by its new master. As you can understand, this takes the place of the light magic or the void sword in Dracula's case. And here we have the Igneous Blade, the replacement for the chaos powers. In times before the arrival of the Lords of Shadow, an unscrupulous general managed to make a deal with the demon king Igneous. In it, he offered to fulfill an unknown wish for the creature in exchange for the key to the entire castle he meant to conquer. The key was none other than the enormous broadsword with an eternal flame capable of consuming any material it hit against. With it, its owner was able to conquer 100 territories and terrorize the rest of the free countries, until the demon returned to collect on its debt. The infernal creature broke the seal that held the agreement closed, and inside he read, "That which is gained by fire must be destroyed by fire." The general, enraged, brandished the magical sword, devastating everything in his way until all of his cities were reduced to ashes and his weapons shattered into pieces. The fragments that could be recovered were mixed with the steel of the Crisegrim, and still today light up its blade with the intensity of hell. And after all that, we're finally ready to see Alucard's adventures, or rather misadventures, inside the castle, in the attempt of making the preparations necessary for his father's return. Life secret box. We don't have the smaller parts in order to create an upgrade this time. Alright, now where next? The arrow points that way. What lies this way, though? Can we go there and check it out? The castle is as we remember it from our journey with Gabriel, it seems. However, it's still uninhabited, so to speak, and some areas are locked off, like this one. With Gabriel we could go up there, and there was a little upgrade waiting for us. Wonder if there's something waiting for us down here as well. I guess we'll see. A dead Brotherhood soldier. Orion's door. The members of my division were conducting reconnaissance outside of the castle, preparing for the assault, when we were caught up in a terrible snowstorm. Fearing that we would be trapped, with time against us, we decided to split up to find a way in. After a tedious journey, I found a passage into the mountain. I followed it into a circular anteroom with a strange device in the center and an enormous metal door. I pushed it, beat it, and stabbed it with my sword with all my might. The tremendous cold had frozen its hinges, making it an impassive giant that laughed at my insistence. I will finish this report, rest a bit, and return to my comrades. I'm sure the proud door will be kind enough to cede to the subtle passage of our maces and battering rams. Or perhaps your body will succumb to the bitter cold or other terrors lurking in its place. Alright. Time to move on. Whoopsie daisy. Gotta be a little more careful, don't you think? As you can see, Alucard still wears the armor he wore in... I like his new pose. He wore in Mirror of Fate. Although, of course, as this game is not made for the 3DS, it has much more detail. And this is the strange relief I remember we saw where in the place we got the Void Sword. Okay, time to move on. We can use the Bat Cloud to take shortcuts instead of having to climb all the way up again, luckily. Or fall to our deaths, because we're stupid. You can see that Alucard has his own XP bar. I guess he's going to unlock his own set of combos and abilities, much like his father. Let me take a moment here. This door is closed off as well. However, there is a dead soldier nearby. The indignant Arnold. What is that idiot thinking? Not only does he call me inept, but he also orders me to walk through this snowstorm in search of a safe entrance for the rest of the division. While he's sitting there, I'm risking my neck out here. But of course, he is in charge. And to top it off, to show his enormous generosity to the rest, he gave me a frayed map that I'm supposed to understand. How the hell am I supposed to read with this? Can't even tell a damp stain on the tower from Dracula himself. When I get back, I'm gonna give that cretin a piece of my mind. Well, unfortunately, it looks like our friend smashed his indignant self on the rocks before he could ever return. Well, hello there.
You are not as powerful as they feared.
Am I now? Oh, damn it. This is gonna be kind of tedious at the beginning, until I get my hands on some more things to spice up the combat. Whoop-de-doo. Alrighty. Time to move on. No, no reason to drop down from here. Ah, and we're in. It's good to get out of that damn cold. Okay, so let's open the way forward. Let the game load a bit. And we're back inside. If you remember, we can use our timeless vision. Timeless vision? Centuries after finishing off Dracula, Alucard continued to recreate in his mind each one of the rooms in the castle he then visited, trying to remember every wall, every door and every statue, suspecting that one day it would be very useful to him. He wasn't mistaken, as with the return of his father, the castle too rose up again from the rubble. Now he is the only one who, like his father, has the necessary link to return the splendor to every corner of the fortress, projecting his memories and making the image he retains of them tangible. Interesting. Now this is the circular chamber where little Trevor was playing around with his toys. As you can see, that way goes to the toy maker's wing. Alright, now let's enter timeless vision mode. And it works on a timer. Okay. Doesn't matter. Let me take a look around in the meantime. Alright. Speaking of the toy maker, you might recall from Mirror of Fate that the toy maker was watching... Oh, hello there. As I was saying, you might recall from Mirror of Fate HD that the toy maker was watching as Trevor fought that great demon. Looks like we're gonna have to get acquainted once again. Spectral wolf ability. It is said that as soon as a vampire is born, every detail involved in that instant places a permanent mark on the nature of the new creature. Trevor was converted by his father one night under the full moon, and he was strongly affected by its wild influences. Since then, every night that the moon is full, Alucard awakens the ability to project his spirit in the form of a white wolf and travel through the world without physical limitations. Many travelers have told stories of how, in times of need, an enormous white wolf came to them to guide them along safe paths. Yeah, you see, the game doesn't really retain what we learned in Mirror of Fate about Alucard's abilities, but it tries to incorporate them in one way or another. We could turn into a werewolf. In Mirror of Fate, well, we have a spectral wolf form this time around. Okay, so we gotta find a way inside. Now what? Aha! Getting in through the ear. Why not? Oh shit. I think I remember this place. And I remember not liking it one bit. Whoops. Should have left Alucard a little bit.
Failed! Better luck next time!
Ah. Oh well. Another dead soldier. Sir Thomas's last dance. Safe at last. I'm not quite sure how I managed to get out of that last passageway alive. Could it be that this new lightweight armor I'm wearing has brought me luck? This room actually looks like a lot like a ballroom. I can't really see what's in the middle of the room from here. Perhaps a modern musical device to liven up the evenings, but it seems to be in bad shape. If I were skilled enough to repair it... I wish you were here, my love, to dance with you again. Damned war. A damned shield. I pulled it off of one of the statues, but I doubt it's worth taking with me because I don't know that it will be of use against the traps. I'm gonna rest for a moment to think about my next move and try to heal my wounds. Yeah, I think I was hit by one of those stakes and I haven't got much ointment left. But I'll survive. I'll return home to dance with you, my love. Perhaps not, Sir Thomas. Oh, look at this. Little marionettes. Toy marionettes. This is reminiscent of quite a few of the classic Castlevania games, where you have a ballroom with spectral dancers going around and around. I think it's a thing that first appeared in Castlevania 4, but I could be mistaken. All right, let's get the shield. Alright, let's try this again. Fucking finally. Alright, we're here. Now what? I can see a switch over there, but what does it do?
Survive until the song is over!
Damn it. Did I make it?
Well done! Won the prize!
Wee. Alright. At least the toy maker is a generous host. Wonderful. Now we have to hunt down three different jailers in order to get their hands on the keys to proceed through that door over there. But we'll be doing that next time. Till then, thanks very much for watching, guys, and hope to see you then. Take care.